3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
Welcome to the podcast that brings you raw, uncut, and unfiltered perspectives about life.
We need to have a conversation, all right?
We got to do better as a people.
Covering relationships, culture, music, and everything in between.
So that our stories in our communities can be heard.
This is Unlatched.
I got a little something for you.
And now your host, DeAndra Cargill.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to Unlatched, where we talk all things. I am your host, DeAndra Cargill. So, this is the second season of Unlatched, but the first season on the big exclusive network. So, I am super duper excited. So, I have some special guests with me today. I have Mr. Big Exclusive himself.
I don't really know about me being special, but I'm here.
Brains behind the network.
How's it going?
It's going. Thank you for joining me.
You're welcome. How you feeling?
Feeling great. Can you tell the listeners a little about yourself?
I am Big Exclusive, owner and CEO of Big Exclusive Brands, which include Big Exclusive Network, Big Exclusive Podcast, iCraft Mart, Maywa Cosmetics, Low Exclusive Bakery, Big Exclusive Coffee, Big Exclusive Wine, and I'm really nobody. Just a good dad trying to work hard to feed his daughters. That's it.
Black excellence at his best.
I recently just moved to Georgia too, so I went from
Awesome.
Philadelphia to Georgia. So
Welcome to the South.
Studio set up pretty soon. The South, you know what? It's funny you say welcome to the South. The people are very welcoming in the South. I actually have been down here for maybe 3-4 days now, and it is beautiful. And the people are really nice. Well, the people I've ran into, I hear there's a lot of, racism down here, but I haven't experienced that yet. But what I will say, it's beautiful down here. I've enjoyed every minute of it so far, and I'm looking forward to this new chapter.
Absolutely. Is Jimbo here yet? And Dominique?
No, Jimbo won't be in here until maybe a quarter after, but Miss Dominique just walked in the building.
Awesome. So I have Miss Dominique here. She is the host of Melanated Vibrations.
Hey, y'all.
Dom, what's up?
I'm just walking in the house from work. Sorry for being tardy.
Okay, Superwoman.
Always.
Thank you for joining us.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Can you tell the listeners a little about yourself?
So for all the people that watch Melanated Vibrations, my name is Dominique. I am a master level clinic. I'm a Taurus, best sign ever. Taurus season right now,
Ooh.
I wear many hats. I'm a mother, a therapist, a truancy supervisor, a businesswoman, a little bit of everything. I don't know what else do people want to know. My favorite color is pink. I like long walks in the park. No, I'm just kidding. I'm an open book for the most part.
Well, thank you guys so much. Okay, so I wanted to talk about the disconnect between Black women and Black men.
Okay.
So I know there are so many layers that come under that.
I guess I'm supposed to be representing for all the men in the world, huh? It's a very tall order.
Keep it fair.
It's a very tall order.
You can
go.
Okay. So I know there's so many layers under that, right? Because we have so many problems that we need to address. So I want to start with Black women not being submissive. So I have a clip.
Have a great man. Right. If it's one little thing a Black woman don't like, it's too much of this, too much of that.
Hold on,
Right.
let me
Black
say
women got
this.
so much to say
Hold
about a
on.
whole lot of stuff, and I told her, I said, this is from
Let
experience.
him talk.
This is from stuff I've seen. This is from stuff I've heard.
Right.
White women, Asian women, they don't. If their man is on shit, they're not gonna have something to say about every little thing. I said, I feel like black women in just society, I feel like black women feel so entitled that they want their man to take care of them, and they got so much to say about every damn thing. If this man is taking care of you, then you need to sit back and shut the hell up some damn time. If I fall short sometime, I know I fell short. You don't got to beat me up about it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it should be encouraged.
You know what I'm saying? But
then
then you got white women and Asian women who they gonna build their man.
Do you feel like black women are not?
I'm sorry.
Do you feel like black women are not submissive?
That's a loaded question. It really is a loaded question. Luke, what's up? He sounds like a 40-year-old teenager. Here's what I can say, and I've said it on the Big Exclusive Podcast, Tuesdays night, 7 p.m. on the Big Exclusive Network. I've said it on my show a bunch of times. You definitely not handling your business if you have to ask or demand your woman to submit, right? I think a lot of that stems from or his ideology, and where his demeanor comes from is that most men get into relationships and they just assume that take care of your woman, right? And for the most part, am I right or wrong? Every woman wants to be taken care of, right? So here's the disconnect, though. Every woman is not looking to be taken care of the same exact way. There's women out there who don't need you to pay their bills, right? But she still wants to be taken care of, which means she needs her emotional, mental, and spiritual and physical needs met. She doesn't need the financial part. There are women out there who need you and want to be kept and taken care of. So she may need the financial part. She may not need the spiritual part. She may not need the emotional part because she had, therapy and she's coming in as a whole person. The problem is most black men assume a woman wants to be taken care of in only one way, which is financially. And that may not necessarily be the case for every woman. So what I try to stick to is, just like every fingerprint, every relationship, it's its own unique thing. You treat it accordingly. If you're dating properly and you're getting to know somebody properly, you know what they need from you, right? So once you know what they need from you and you meet them where they are, exceed their expectations by way of anticipating their needs, a woman will have absolutely no issue with submitting to them because, number one, you're going to show them that, hey, I'm here for these reasons. I want to love you this way, which we talked about you needing or what you needed to be loved correctly. And then also, I'm going to give you something to submit to, which means I'm going to take care of your physical, mental, and emotional and spiritual needs in a way where it's easy to submit. It's not a second thought because I'm taking you somewhere. I'm leading you somewhere. I'm taking care of those needs. So that's kind of a loaded question. A lot of black women, I do feel, have a certain sense of entitlement when it comes to the men that they deal with should know what they need, should know what it means to be their man. And it goes without saying, the woman Tom had is not the woman Robert has, right? We all grow and evolve as humans. So ultimately, as a human, you change and you evolve and you grow and you mature. Your needs change. So you can't, right. Black women can't expect men to understand what it is that they need and be mind readers. And I think that's a huge disconnect because it's like, you're supposed to know what I need. No, I was supposed to ask the questions to figure out what you need. I was supposed to date you properly, probing questions. You know what I mean? Like, you give women opportunity to express what they need, and black men just need to pay attention. That's all.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
So Dominique,
Yes.
is it easy for you to submit?
So I talked about this a little bit on my show.
Specifically to a black man.
Well, I don't date any other race but black. And I talked about this on Melanated Vibrations Monday, 7 p.m. We talked about submission. It's easy if you give me a reason to submit. If I feel like I can submit to you in a sense of knowing I'll be taken care of, not just financially, but emotionally, spiritually, and I feel safe, and you are a protector, then absolutely. Absolutely. I've been submissive. I was submissive in my last relationship. He gave me every reason to be submissive to him. And I think that once a woman is submissive or can be submissive to a man, everything else kind of comes easy. But that man has to be able to steer the relationship or the family system in the right direction. Like, I'm not going to submit to someone and you are going to make my life hell or make things worse than they may have already been. You have to, again, give me a reason to submit. There has to be, we're on this journey together. Let's go through it together. So yeah, I definitely could be submissive to the right person if they are able to show me that they can provide all of those things, again, not just financially. Like, you got to be able to speak to my spiritual and my mental and my emotional. I need to be able to feel like this is a safe space for me to be who I am, as I am willing to do all of those things for you. I'm willing to create a safe space. I'm willing to allow you to say whatever it is you feel like you need to say, even if it's in a moment of anger or rage. I want to make sure that it's equal in the relationship, because as important as it is for a woman to submit, as I talked about on my show, it is as equal or as important for a man to be submissive as well. Like, when you look at the biblical reference of it, it doesn't just talk about women being submissive. It talks about the male being submissive as well. So I think that if both parties are willing to submit to each other, yeah, both parties have to be willing to say, it can't be one or the other. I think a lot of times in our
that goes
culture,
both ways in the relationship.
right?
And
I think a lot of times in our culture, we don't talk about that balance. We just talk about black women ain't submissive, black women is black, but what about the black man? So as much as I'm asking you to be submissive to you're asking me to be submissive to you, I too need you to be submissive to me. But then again, we both have to be able to create a space where the things that you need in order to be submissive, I can provide, I'm providing, and the things that I need to be submissive that you're providing and you can provide. So I think it goes both ways. It can't just all be on the black woman.
Absolutely. And my thing is this: all women want to be submissive. They just have to feel safe. You have to create a space. You have to, or have a space to, so that I can feel safe. If I can't feel safe, then I can't be submissive to you. Because let's be real here. Well, we have all been through it. So I may not open up to you as easy as you want me to. Eventually it will happen. And that's a problem with some black men or men, because they feel like we don't want to be submissive. It's not that we don't want to be submissive, but can I trust you?
It's a choice. It's a choice. And I don't think men understand that. It's a choice to be submissive. Definitely. Like, I showed the clip, and the last part that the lady said at the clip, she was like, you can keep your boxers. I like my panties.
In
like,
order for the woman to be submissive. Absolutely.
You got to be
absolutely
able to lead.
I mean, you can kind of pick up on a lot of things on the way that a man is living his life, to see if he kind of has it in order, to even see that if he can lead or not. People lie. So I mean, it makes it hard, because we've been lied, we've been tricked before. All of us have. So I mean, and it's always the black woman. It's always the black. I feel like our black men attack us more than any other race.
Agree.
It's their women.
Absolutely. And it's not that white women can't be submissive or Latino or Asian women can't be submissive, because I don't believe that either. I think, again, any woman can be submissive as a choice if she chooses to.
Right.
Society
and a lot of black men gave women reasons to submit so quickly or not to submit at all.
Mm-hmm.
So let me say this. At some point, because I don't like the fact that you say black men are consistently attacking black women.
I'm not saying all black men, okay? I'm talking about the ones that are saying that black women aren't.
That's something we know. That's something we dive into. No one speaks in absolutes, right?
Right, absolutely.
But what the point I'm trying to get to is a lot of black women are absolving themselves of the accountability when it comes to picking men. So you see the red flags early. Y'all think it's Mario Kart. Y'all collecting flags. And at the end, you wonder why it don't work out. And then it's like, all of a sudden you feeling attacked and you was tricked or you was duped. And it was like, no, you saw what you wanted to see because you was eating with your eyes and not your brain. And ultimately you paid for that. And when it don't work out, it feel like it's 100% on that man's fault because it's that man's fault because he tricked us. I don't believe that. You guys got to make black women have to make better choices in men. And there's no rush to do anything when it comes to getting married, entering into relationships. Take your time. There's no rush to do anything. Take your time. Get to know these people. Motherfucking only hide for so long. The mask is only going to stay on, but for so long. Be patient. Don't be so in a rush to jump in that you miss or you accept those red flags and you collect them, and then you wonder why things went from 0 to minus 100 so fast. And it's because, oh, that person's always been in front of you, but you didn't date that person long enough. You didn't ask the right questions. You collected those flags as opposed to questioning everything. Like a lot of times when it's at its end, and here's where the truth get told, or at least 80% of the truth get told. That phone call to that girlfriend when the shit is about to bottom out. That's when all the truth come out. Yeah, girl, because I remember he cussed at his mom. And it felt kind of strange. Or I remember when he said he couldn't. And that's where the truth and all those red flags that you collected came out. As opposed to you being diligent and just not settling for anything because you want to be in a relationship. There's no rush to do anything. Take your time. Dom said, yo, I'm single. I'm going to have me a hot girl summer. Yes, enjoy yourself. But don't get caught out here. Don't get caught out here saying or believing that men are the problem. When it comes to dating and entertaining one another, it's 50-50. What you decide to accept as a red flag is on you. What you decide to ignore is on you. And when he have his say, just like you had your say, you can't be mad at that. Just pick better. Just pick better.
You're right. But sadly, I have to say that a lot of us have to go through it in order to see that. Because there are a lot of black women that did not grow up without that grew up without fathers. So we didn't know what men were. We didn't know what a man was. A woman will naturally submit to someone worth submitting to. A man has to evaluate himself before expecting 100% of submissive women.
Hey,
Tiffany.
Thank you for sharing.
Absolutely. It's not just men the problem. And the thing about it is, I would say it's trauma.
Hey, Jim. In what way would you say it's trauma?
Hey.
I feel like it should be a balance. You know, you're supposed to grow up with your mother and your father. So you grow up and you're missing something. And especially young women, they grow up and they long for this love. They're looking for this love. You know, and what they're going out, they don't even know what the hell to look for. So they're picking all the wrong things.
I just want to say hi to everybody.
The thing about women.
Hey, light skin.
What's up? I'm happy to be here. Look at this turquoise thing. Yeah, having a good night.
The thing about women can have children. And the cycle repeats itself.
And that's a choice.
It's absolutely a choice. But sometimes people don't know. You don't know.
You don't know what?
You don't know what you're looking for. You don't know what a man is. How are you supposed to know what a man is if you've never had a man in your life? You've never had an example of a man in your life.
So I'll say for me, right? I grew up with both parents in the household. My parents were together for 18 years before my dad passed away. And I can't say definitively right now and all live that I've always made the best choices in men. And that's growing up with a father figure in the household. Yes, I lost my dad very young. Like I was like 12 or 13 when he passed away. But I still feel like Big Exclusive said, like some of those red in my earlier days. Now at this age, child, I be looking at the red flags like, back up, backspace, delete. But I wasn't always looking for the red flags, or I probably didn't realize like, oh, this is toxic behavior, or this is that. Not making excuses, but it was like, I don't think for me, I made really bad choices in men. Let me just say that. I made bad choices, and for me, it had nothing to do with my dad because, first of all, y'all doing too much.
We all have. Not by yourself.
I made bad choices, but I feel like those choices also allowed me to know what it is that I wanted in a man and what I did not want. What was a red flag? Like I had this conversation with one of my best friends, and she was trying to like set me up on a date, and I was like, no, thank you. And she was like, why? It was like a whole dating show or something that's supposed to be coming, and I was just like, no. We're not doing any dating shows. I said, because what might not be a red flag for you may be a red flag for me. What's acceptable to you may not be acceptable to me. But I think that's something I had to learn from having a lot of bad relationships. Like my dad was amazing to my mom. Like he was bring home flowers randomly on a random day. He was the cooker. He was the provider. He was the romancer. So you would think like I only wanted to date guys that did that. Nah. I was out here with the bad boys, the drug dealers, like
whoa,
stupid stuff. Nobody's judging you. Nobody's judging you.
So I have a question, guys.
You tilt, jump man. Stay over there. Ain't nobody talking about you.
No, it's just because when you, and I said like I ain't trying to big up drug dealers, but just because a nigga sell drugs don't make him a bad dude.
But the dudes that I was encountering were bad guys.
No,
let me make him a bad decision.
Okay, well listen.
First of all, it don't make you a bad dude. But it make you a bad decision for a woman looking for a guy with a future.
Or some stability, a 401k.
Okay, at the time, because you don't have to sell drugs for the rest of your life. That's a whole nother conversation. But I also want to say that some of these men don't know how to be men because they wasn't shown. So a lot of these dudes, you go on to find men, like a woman, she don't got an example of a man, neither does this young man. Ain't nobody showed them how to be one yet. Because when you around a man,
it goes both ways.
Yeah, when you around a man, sweetheart, you know. We you know.
But so my point is, for me specifically, it didn't matter that I had my father in my life. I made bad decisions. Now at this big age, I pay attention to all the red flags, every last one of them.
Right.
And it's a matter of what you want to deal with and what you don't want to deal with. What you're, like I say on my show all the time when it comes to relationships, what's your non-negotiables? What are you willing to negotiate and what are you not willing to negotiate? And you just got to go from there. But that's just my personal experience. I can only speak for me.
But you also have to realize too, and what I think a lot of women and men fail to realize, that those decisions have long-term consequences.
Absolutely.
Right? And you find yourself in a position later on in life where things aren't quite going your way because people be having preferences of their own, right? And so at the end of the day, you can't be mad at somebody for having a preference because you made those choices and those decisions early on in life. Nobody's going to give a fuck how young you was. Nobody's going to care.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Nobody is going to care. Most people don't. Because they have to live for now into the future. So right now, I can't worry about what you did in your past and those bad decisions. But what I can do is try to get to understand and get to know you. But if you're not my preference or my choice and what I want, you can't be mad at that. Like nobody's going to absolve you because you made poor decision when you were young. It doesn't.
Absolutely.
When women deal with a dude and she fall for this man real hard and main man really ain't it. You know what I'm saying? He not the one for her. She finds this out gradually and she puts in countermeasures for this never to happen again because dude wasn't who he said he was. She wasn't he wasn't her expectations of a man. Now you move on, you're still in the dating pool, and then you come across a man. He not jumping through none of these motherfucking LifeLock security loops that you got going on. He not. You know what I'm saying? And I see memes that say stuff about it was funny as hell. It said, I don't want a man that got nothing going on. If he gets smart, no AFI money for you. Because a lot of women is, they really are out here taking care of these niggas. And there's a nigga who got his own. Like, I got my own crib, I got my own money, I got my own car. I don't need you for nothing because I got two hands, sweetheart. So when you start that goofy ass shit, I'm off you. Like, I ain't got time for that. It's my way or the highway. And you can say, oh, that's fucked up. And well, whose way is it supposed to be? From the start, when it's starting off, I'm supposed to keep my guard up, make sure nothing goofy happen to me, right? So if I'm dictating the course by making sure that my heart's protected, my integrity is protected and all that, and you want me to jump through these hoops, it's going to be a no-go from the rip. Because I don't have to take that. It's a lot of bum-ass niggas out here. So with niggas who got their shit together, I hate for lack of a better term, we like prima donnas. We ain't trying to hear that shit. We got our nose in the air. Because there's so many other niggas who bet you're not going to treat me like you treat main man with no job who got stains in his underarms and always on the couch. You're not even going to fix your lips to talk to me like that.
But a lot of times, bro, it'd be like that's exactly what they want. Yeah. Like they love hard on them niggas. But a nigga who busy, who got shit going on, motherfucker, I get barbecued for being busy, bro. I don't have a 9 to 5. I don't punch in for nobody. Ain't no guaranteed check coming in every 2 weeks. Nowhere. I still got kids to feed and a roof to keep over their head and every bill imaginable I got on top of business expenses. You're not gonna sit in my face and cry about time. Go find one of them niggas that's cool with laying on the couch, holding your car, playing the Xbox or whatever it is that don't have nothing going on.
He got time for everything. I always
say, in my situations, bro, the same reason they love me be the same reason they end up hating me.
But I think that goes to the maturity of the woman and what she has going on. Like, I'll speak to my past situation with my latest ex. We both were so busy all the time with business, when I was in grad school, to the point where it was just kind of like, all right, we see each other when we see each other. Ain't no love lost. We gonna talk every day, but it wasn't a problem. Like, I wasn't sitting there like, oh my God, I ain't seen you in, because I already know what you're doing. I know you're trying to build a foundation for hopefully a possible future. I think when a woman has stuff going on for herself, as a guy has something going on, time will happen when it's supposed to. But I don't believe in begging nobody to spend time with me, because I also believe that people make time for what's important to them. So if something is important to you, you're going to make the time for it.
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
That's a double-edged sword, because as bad as I might want to be up under you, you know what I'm saying? As much as you bring value to my life, I love the feeling I get from being around you, up under you, you up under me. I love this shit. I ain't even gonna hold you. I be telling my homies about it and all that shit. But however, to stay where I'm at, I can keep doing what I'm doing. To get to the next level, I gotta turn up, and a sacrifice has to be made. Sacrifice must be made. It absolutely has to. There's no way around it. It has to be made. What am I going to give up, or what am I going to compromise on? Can't do the job. Can't do my children. Can't do my livelihood. Only thing I can do from is still from the little bit of time I get to spend with you. I can borrow against that pleasure time because you're my pleasure time. I can borrow against it now.
Better
can ball the fuck right and ball the fuck out.
Better appreciate it.
Right,
but Jimbo, to your point, that's why I'm single now. That's literally one of the reasons. Well, the reason I was told why me and my ex broke up, because he had so much stuff.
I'm so sick of hearing about this man.
He's amazing. Get over it.
But no, I am so sick of hearing about this thing. I ain't hating on him. You know what I'm saying? He did what he did. But this is like episode number 9.
But what I'm saying of the
return of the
return. Basically, what Jimbo trying to say is, basically what Jimbo's saying is, get over the nigga. It's
gonna be a no. Jimbo want me to get over. I think he got a chance. I don't like light skinned guys, so he don't never got a chance. I'm gonna let you know that now. But you cute, but I don't do light skin. That's close to white to me. I'm just saying. That's it. I'm just saying.
We learn. We evolve from all situations to know. Okay. Yeah, and we live. We live. We learn, and we know. Sometimes
what Luke said, invite him on the show.
I ain't got no problem with that, Luke. He got to find time to do it though.
I'm hollering.
That's my sister. Hey sis, the other
hold up. Wait before we go any further.
We need closure.
Before we go any further. All I'm saying is, homie to homie, professional courtesy, peer to peer. You know what I'm saying? You giving him a whole lot, because if he was all that, why are you not playing to the beat? That's why I'm tired of hearing about it. Play his beat. Why you not on his time? Right there. So
he broke up with me. What a beat am I supposed to play to?
Because something is that you doing. If it's like that, like you said many times before, y'all still be talking almost every day. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But you not playing to the beat. You not playing to the beat.
What beat? You know if he broke up with me because he got too much stuff going on, what am I supposed to do with that? If he trying to build an empire, what am I supposed to do? I'm over here trying to build my own empire. I
ain't heard us say that he can spin the block again.
Hold up. Get in where you fit in. You ever heard that? You ever heard that? Get in where you fit in.
I thought I was getting in where I fit in.
Adjustments. And I don't like the fact that you shot that big shot at me. I'm gonna keep it all the way real. You are an attractive woman, but Jimmy is toxic.
I can tell, Jimbo. I can tell.
Yeah, Jimmy carry it real different.
I seen all the red flags. I saw it.
No. You see what you see is a nigga confident. And that's a man on his job. He'll be back after the council.
Exactly. He building his empire. He doing what he doing. Making sure
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Yes.
Hold on. Time out. Quick question. So if that man take him 5 years to build that castle.
Oh, hopefully I'll be married by then with a kid.
And he spin the block. You still gonna be there ready?
Not after 5 years.
What's wrong with building it down? This is what I'm saying. So I'm supposed
to
5 years.
My life up for 5
trying to
years.
be with somebody else
for a year.
5 years,
and it ain't work out, so he came back.
5 years. No, fuck a year.
I said 5.
5 years.
5 years.
5 years.
Let me tell you
trying
my
to build
goals.
with somebody else.
I want to have a kid, another kid, and I want to be a wife.
Trying to spin the block.
I want to be a wife, and I want to have another kid, and I'm supposed to hold my life up from what I want for 5 years to wait for a nigga.
Because you can go have it with somebody who don't. You is
holding it up now.
I'm not.
The clock already started.
Hot girl summer. Who's holding it up?
You see what I mean, bro? You see what I mean? Every time he get brought up, the term summer get brought up, and we know that you about to have a cool girl spring for the rest of the next 60 days.
Shannon and I looked up the definition of hot girl summer, and Shannon knows the definition.
He gave you the light version. He gave you the light version.
No. He Googled it and read it verbatim.
No, look at me. Google don't fucking know. Google ain't from the bottom, from on the hood.
That's it.
Google
don't fucking know.
That's it.
Google, I'm telling you from a rapper, trapper perspective. I'm a nigga who rap, trap, all that.
That's your own sister.
She's married, so she don't have no opinion. She's married. She don't have no opinion about this single life.
If you ain't about to be getting them cheeks clapped left and right at your discretion, cheeks clap, cheeks clap, cheeks up. It's hot today, cheeks clap. It's Tuesday, cheeks clap. Hey, cheeks clap. If you ain't on that type time,
I'm about to have me a hot girl summer. It ain't always gotta be fucking.
You bluff it. Why not? Hot girls is chasing niggas with the bag. Don't be talking all this foul. You're talking foul about
Go
the
ahead
hot
and Google
girls.
what hot girl summer is. I want you to Google it, and I want you to
Google don't know. I ain't
Stop
never
saying
bought no
Google
work
don't know.
off
They got
Google.
a whole black team that works for Google.
Man, them is not our type black people. I want y'all to know that the black people who succeeded in the Ivy League, I love them. You hear me? But y'all not the type of, them type bulls don't make the terms going on in the hood. Drawn, cannon. It wasn't no nigga with straight A's making these terms. How the fuck he gonna tell me?
Well, no.
I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of y'all.
I'm just saying, you made it. You brought up something, and I was providing an example.
Is you scamming it? Is you scamming and twerking at the red light with your girlfriends? Twerking on the red light. All right, get some sense. You chasing scammer money?
No, I got my own bag. I don't need to chase no scammer.
But is you fucking with niggas that chase scammer money?
No.
Then you ain't hot girl summering. It's a cool girl spring. It's a responsible
look up the
fall.
definition so you can be informed.
You're about to have a type of autumn. No, it's not going to be a hot girl summer.
I'm about to be out here at happy hours and lounges and Roots picnics and Beyonce concerts. And
with your decorum intact.
Nope.
But let's be honest here. The women that's out there having hot girl summers and going through the whole phase currently, those are the ones that
need to be watching this
you
show.
guys like, that men like.
Yeah, ain't no motherfucking doubt because they know what they want. That's the difference between them and y'all. Them bitches know they don't want nothing but some money and a good time. They ain't trying to handle babies.
Y'all niggas just ain't provided. I know what I want. Don't say y'all. I know what I want.
Why I'm building like everybody else is building. Why I'm building like every other nigga is building. You know what I'm saying? Them the type bitches you need because they don't want your time. They want your money. You don't pay your hoe to fuck. You pay her to leave. That's all I'm saying.
Sacrifices.
Damn.
What?
Listen. Enjoy or putting in extra effort to support your partner. Sacrifices show a deep commitment to the relationship and can lead to a more fulfilling and rewarding partnership. I agree.
This person need a show because they've been making some poignant points. Matter of fact, I might.
That's the first thing you posted that they said.
Nuh-uh, I see some other Jones.
I ain't seen that.
Because you produced it there because you having a hot girl summer.
Right now, the clock has started.
You're absolutely right. My birthday in 2 weeks.
That's me. He's a podcaster as well.
Your birthday May what?
Oh yeah, I see. I can tell.
Oh, mine the 3rd.
Yeah,
mine the 3rd. It's going up. Big Taurus.
Oh, you a Taurus? Oh, all
big
right.
Taurus energy. Big. You know the vibe, so you know how I'm stepping.
I already know.
You know how I'm stepping. I ain't playing no goddamn game.
Y'all want us to leave so y'all can kind of.
So listen though, check this out
you
though.
Nutty for that.
Once you know better, you'll do better.
Absolutely.
But I have something to say.
Not
you
true.
Don't have to pay for the pussy. Oh,
wait, what Lemon say?
Hey, OG. Get up and walk away.
Okay.
And OG hold that jewel I dropped. Okay, say that.
Taurus dudes are crazy. My son's dad is a Taurus.
So
crazy.
Can you guys tell the difference between a woman that grew up with their father, and didn't grow up with their father?
Not really.
No.
Not really.
It's all the same plight according to y'all. I'm just sat here and told you she grew up with both parents. Their relationship was loving, okay? She got to witness that. And she just told you she picked a lot of bad men.
And she
I understand that, but I'm asking you two as men, can you tell the difference?
No.
No, because where the term preacher's daughter come from? We all know the preacher's daughter is the freakiest.
My dad was a pastor, but we're not gonna talk about that. So anyway, go ahead.
My dad is a pastor, and I got a sister. Listen, but no, I mean,
wow.
There are some women, man, and they like I don't know, because like a woman can't punch as hard as a man. You know what I'm saying? So she builds different defense mechanisms to combat men. You know what I'm saying? Once a woman's been beaten on enough, she kind of can predict when a man that beats on a woman is present, and when he's going to start beating on a woman, she start building different type of armor and all that. And sometimes, unfortunately, in bad situations, this leads these women to do things like connive, lie, finesse, all that type shit. This is what they do. You feel what I'm saying? They've learned how to
He's
be these
also a
things
preacher.
from emotional damage. You feel what I'm saying?
So can women tell if men didn't grow up without a father? Because it's a lot of households, it's the same for both black men and women who grow up without fathers in the household by design. Again, that's a whole nother podcast.
And if they did grow up with their father, I can tell what type of relationship their mother and their father had as well.
So wait, you know if me and Jim grew up with our dads or not?
I mean, that's the more you get to know people.
Okay,
in a relationship, serious relationship.
If I had to guess,
no, and sometimes I can tell.
So yes or no? Has Jimbo grew up? Did he grow up with his father? Did I grow up with mine? You can tell. Right?
I would say no to you, but I would say that your mother did a great job. But you did have some type of male figure in your life, because you're a great man.
I appreciate that. I wish I had the clap button. I appreciate that.
Because you definitely had to get it from somewhere. Your mama raised you correctly, though, for sure.
I
would stay with Jim, like listening to his shows, and if he didn't grow up without a father, I would say that he had some type of man figure around.
There's no definitive answer here.
You
no.
Like just said that.
What I'm saying is, in a relationship, I'm talking about in a relationship.
No, that was the crazy part about it is, I mean,
who don't know how to treat a woman, Mina?
A lot of men.
She said they don't know how to treat a woman. I hope you're not referring to me, because girl.
I think OG, you was raised with both parents.
I think it shows in some of the communication, right? So like you can kind of tell what kind of relationship a man has with their mother or the lack thereof based on how they treat the women in their life. From my own personal experience, from clients that I've dealt with, from clients that have issues with their mother and they come in for relationship stuff or different triggers or how they get angry, how they get upset. You can tell what kind of relationship they've had with the maternal figure in their life.
Make sure my 6 kids
men are just different. Boys that grow to be men are just different when they have a positive relationship with their mother versus when it's a lot of conflict. I can't tell about the whole dad part of it. Because I know a few guys who unfortunately did not have their fathers around, but chivalry is not dead to them. Like they're still gentlemen. Now, maybe they've had an uncle or older brother or a cousin or someone that like helped raise them. So for me, it's hard to tell if they've had a father in their life. But with moms, I feel like you can tell. It's something about that connection with mothers and their sons that's just very different than fathers and their sons. And it shows in how they love, how they communicate, when they get upset, what's their go-to, like what's their coping mechanism, what's their defense mechanism. I think it shows.
Yep. So I was waiting.
I think we're both affected.
Yeah,
I was waiting for her to respond. The man who haven't had a man in their life show them how to treat a woman. So again,
I'm bring her on my show next.
For the record, I didn't grow up with a father. Okay, is my mom dated my little brother's father for a while, and I kind of took a liking to him, and he was a male figure, but I grew up without a dad. And both of you just spoke on how highly you think of me, right? I didn't have a dad. I didn't grow up with a dad. And the point I'm making with this is, you know, part of what y'all trying to say is the stuff you should be learning in the dating phase. You shouldn't be in a relationship and you don't know how this person was raised and where they come from, because the past can tell you a lot about who that person is. Because one of the things I always say, all of us are the sum total of our life experiences, right? So again, if you jumping into relationships, like how are you guys entering into relationships with men and women you don't know is like beyond me. I just can't comprehend. Like I don't understand. So the last point I want to make when referring to this is, if you don't know, you have to spend more time getting to know, because at that point you giving yourself excuses as to why the relationship didn't work. Oh, I didn't know him and his mom wasn't speaking. Oh, I didn't know he wasn't taking care of his kids. How do women, and this is specifically for the women, how do women date guys, know they have kids, and never once talk to them and they with their kids? Or their intentions aren't to be with their kids or picking them up or taking them somewhere, doing something with their kids. How does that fly?
I need to know.
It happens.
Yeah,
I can't tell you.
Because I can't trust a nigga who won't take care of his kids. We can't get no money together. We can't do shit together. Something happened to me, you ain't gonna do that, nigga. You don't take care of your kids.
Nobody who don't take care of their kids.
Yeah, nigga, you don't need to take care of your fucking kids. How you gonna look out for me? Nah, I'm cool.
Once the hammer go up in them,
it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Because we don't know ourselves at the time.
You don't know yourself at the time.
I mean,
who?
You got to think about it. We all get to the age where we don't know ourselves. We're trying to figure ourselves out.
Okay.
And sometimes we need to take that time, and a lot of it comes after going through crazy stuff.
But see, that's the thing, though. It's for a woman to hear a woman admit that kind of makes me feel a little bit better. I ain't gonna hold you, because it's the same thing for men. There's a phase we go through where we don't have no direction. We might not have no job. You ain't in school. All you do is play the game or whatever the fuck can keep you occupied, and you stuck on that. That's why men need mentors. You feel what I'm saying? And all that other type time right there. And it's like, you don't hear about that, how like these are the men that right now they set up to fail. They not equipped to be in no relationship because they can't maintain themselves. And it's not that they don't want to, like, oh, you were good for nothing bum and all that. Yeah, and it's that they're just not there. Now you can grind that up, you know what I'm saying? But them niggas ain't there. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, Brandy. You know what I'm saying? But somebody got to lead them. And usually for me, I ain't going to hold you. It was the time where I was lost. I remember them days. They was dark. Now that I look at them, I'm nothing like that nigga. You hear me? I despise my former self. You know what I'm saying? Like, I despise him. He wasn't living up to the potential of everything that I am now. And that's what pushed me to be better than what I already am. Like, nigga, grind. Put the work in. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I can do it. You know what I'm saying? Then I didn't know I could do it. I haven't achieved shit. I hadn't made any plans and actually seen them through. You feel what I'm saying? So for me to try to make plans for my future, which is always unknown, you know what I'm saying, and have no idea how I'm going to do it, how the fuck am I going to really establish anything for you? All we can do is fuck and lay up. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of women, she cool with that. She cool, yeah, she don't want that nigga to go take care of her kids or his kids, because that mean that nigga's doing something and she gonna be in the same spot that she was in. Good for nothing ass bitch, because we ain't gonna act like they don't exist. But you know what I mean?
You're right. You're absolutely right.
I just wonder, you know what I mean? My bad.
So I have a question, because you guys talked about fathers. What about men that don't have or men that have a good relationship with their mother or don't have a good relationship with their mother? How do y'all treat y'all women?
Great.
So again, that's another loaded question, right?
Yeah.
Just answer the question, Shannon. Don't come on here
because so what's the dynamic?
I just said either you have a good relationship or you don't. If whatever your thing is, I don't know how y'all grew up with your moms. Shannon, it seemed like you had an amazing relationship with your mother.
I had an amazing.
So speak from your experience based on the relationship you had with your mother. Does that determine how you treat women, or is it on a case by case? Because there's a saying that like men date, and you can correct me because I've never been a man. Men date women that remind them of their mother. So when you guys are picking your women out, the same as when we pick our men out, whether we had a father in our life or not, is it the same? Is it different? How do you choose your women?
So that's correct. I had an amazing relationship with my mom. God rest her soul. And if I dip, it's just because it got a little overwhelming, okay? But I had an amazing relationship with my mom. And the one thing I can say about my mom is she left me with a lot of jewels. And I use them almost every day in conversation. One of the things, when you talk specifically about dating and relationships, one saying that stuck out to me was, yo, treat your woman how you would want a man to treat your mom. I want my mom treated like the goddess I feel like she is, right? And because that's just in my eyes, my perception, what she was able to do for me and instill in me throughout my lifetime, the days that she made me feel special. And I always tell people I'm interested in, the devil is in the details with me. I don't need grand gestures, none of that shit. I don't need any of that. It's never about money because that shit take care of itself. It's just a means to an end. For me, it's the little things. It's the making sure I'm cool and I have a safe space. I always call it, I need a fortress of solitude. I need a safe space to be able to be vulnerable so I can get the fucking Empire State Building that's on my back, dealing when I go outside and deal with these crackers and the police and the racism and the jealousy and the envy and the rumors, the innuendo and all the business shit from the vendors to the credit card companies to the everything that's on my back at all times. When I walk through a threshold of a door where my significant other is, I want to feel like all that shit was left outside. I could like shrug that shit off my back. So for me, it's not about when I walk through the door, is the bills paid or anything. All that shit is taken care of. What can you do to put me in a place where I'm at ease, where I can take the stress the fuck away? So for me, I pick women based on women who pay attention to the details, who think it's a good idea to give me a safe place to be able to be me, who pay attention to my wants and my needs. I'm easy. We buying a house, I don't give a shit about any decor. I'll pay for it all. You want to do something? I don't give a shit. I'll pay for it all. Just tell me what I need to do to facilitate it. But the little shit, just making sure I got the toothpaste that I like, the toothbrush, the heads that I like, the juice that I like to fucking drink is in the house. I can chill and not have to hear a whole bunch of noise and like I need to be able to shrug the day off. I work too hard to deal with somebody that when I deal with the outside and I have to come to the inside, I refuse to be one of them niggas who sit in the driveway terrified to come inside. I refuse. So to answer your question, I pick women based off paying attention to me and what I'm saying in my conversation. Looks aren't 100% shit to do with it.
Do you think because of what your mother instilled in you, that is why you choose your women so carefully?
That is it.
Okay.
That is it. Absolutely.
I'm sorry, it's not my show, but you was talking, so I was
no, that was perfect.
Jimbo.
For me, it's like that's me and my mom got a crazy relationship. My mom had me go the fuck off like bad. I don't know how she do it, but she does, and the shit'll get real crazy. She just knows how to set me off, and I guess because of it, one thing that I've learned, like from anybody, just not from women, like I'm not gonna let you play with me or try to spin me or not be accountable when I know you should be and all that type time, like the absolutes, situations like that. My grandmother was very instrumental in raising me, and what I learned from my grandma is that women are strong. Women do deserve that respect. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't think so because I seem to be so hard on women, but I watched my grandma put it the fuck in, like lay it down. No excuses, no government assistance. Like she really held it down for 6 others by herself. No government assistance. What my grandma was a maid for rich white people on the other side of Sea Line Avenue. And she didn't take she stepped. Now, I don't want my woman to have to do that, of course. You know what I'm saying? But I need you to be able to. I need to know that you are that strong. You might not never have to need it if things will go the way we want them to, but I need to know that that's how you gonna step in my absence. You know what I'm saying? Because I have a certain level of shit that I want for my kids. Like Shannon said, like, I'll go get it. Like a lot of women that be like, oh, they complain about playing half, but who am I paying half for? A motherfucker who wouldn't do it for me? A motherfucker who can't do it by themselves? You know what I'm saying? I need to know you cut like that because I'm going to go show you how cut I am. I guarantee it. Every fucking week. We got to do this shit at least. A check got to come in this motherfucking house at least 2 times a month. You know what I'm saying? It got to. And if it's going to be my check, we can't, and I ain't even trying to like make it about money, but I'm going to go do what the fuck I got to do. Are you? You know what I'm saying? If it's all up to me when I pick you, that is a prerequisite that she got to be a fighter because I'm a fighter. My grandma showed me what a fighter is. You got to have that fight in you. It's a must. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. It's a must. And because I am someone I like to think I'm smart. My friends say I'm smart. I'm intelligent. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be the smartest in a relationship. I don't want that burden. I would rather you be leaps and bounds, at least on paper, smarter than me. The credentials, you know what I'm saying?
I got to be able to learn something from you.
I got to be. I don't want to be the teacher. You can learn from me too, but I want to be inspired by what you show me. If you show me, hey babe, look, boom, boom, boom. Now my back teeth is showing. Like that's what you said, dude. I know how to do it now. Watch me go bite this shit. That's what I do. Every bite isn't a physical bite, but if you show me how to go hunt. Oh, bitch, I'm a great hunter. Watch this. I'm biting everything. Facts. You show me how to do it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I would love that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of women, they not that because they getting catered to. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. This is why I be so hard on these simps. And when I say simps, the nigga that just blowing this bitch head up, bitch ain't worth 2 cents. She just got a fat ass. You know what I'm saying? But the bitch ain't worth 2 cents. She can't get it out the mud. Getting out the mud mean getting butt ass naked for her. You know what I'm saying? And why I don't knock strippers and all that, but I need you to, you know what I'm saying? I need you to know a couple other ways to get some money, baby girl. You know what I'm saying? You can strip by default because you look that good, but I need you to have at least 2-3 other ways to get some money. I need you to, you know what I'm saying? Like to have the want to get some money and the integrity not to have to take your clothes off for it. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that I'm looking for in a woman. You know what I'm saying? Integrity matters to me. You know what I'm saying? Not for my sake. You know what I'm saying? Because if I had to choose between a woman being loyal or faithful, I would rather her be loyal. You know what I'm saying? I would rather her be loyal because unfaithful don't mean she gonna line me up to get robbed. You know what I'm saying? But disloyal does. You feel me? And these are the things, the shit that I went through out here in the streets. I need a woman that understands that shit. You know what I'm saying? I need a woman that's not going, oh, all you want to do is be out here fucking these bitches. I wish I had a fat ass friend. Yo, what the fuck is wrong?
Praying that shit swell up overnight.
You know what I'm saying? But that shit's important, man. Like one of my biggest fears is being Sam Rothstein. That is my biggest fear. Yeah. I think all niggas that's your biggest fear. Like I get this bitch the world, fool for this bitch, and she doing me greasy. That's how bad it is. That's what we ducking. You know what I'm saying? When y'all duck is like coming in for the men get looked at, we all cheaters. We'll sort it out on a case by case basis, but in general, we all cheaters and no good. This is the common consensus amongst at least the African American community, but all women to tell you that men ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't shit, and y'all our counterpart are. Y'all don't do all these things. So when a woman finesse you all the way in and then drag you like that,
bro, that'll change your whole life, man.
Yeah, because
so let me ask you guys this:
you're never going there again.
Because this is the thing. You talk about how strong your mother was, and you talk about how strong your grandmother was, and then you sit up here and you say, well, a lot of black men say that black women aren't submissive. It's very hard for a woman to go through all that and then have a man and submit to this, have a man come along, you have to submit to this man and he dropped the ball. It's hard. It's harder for us.
Don't pick him then.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you get to him dropping the ball?
Yeah, because
people get comfortable. People get comfortable. The thing about it is, people get comfortable.
We don't want you to drop the ball. We're scared that you might drop the ball.
Oh, I'm gonna give you a prime example. I don't give a fuck how long we've been together. You can't borrow my car. The fuck what you talking about? I'm not gonna give you control of this wheel until I'm sure you can drive. Not my wheels. No.
And I ain't doing it. And that's the thing. I don't know how. Let me ask you this. What do you mean you submit to a man and then he dropped the ball? Like, I just want some clarification.
You're doing all this, just like Jim said, his grandmother raised 6 children by herself. Okay? Do you know how much that took to raise 6 children?
For real, no.
And then I'm trusting somebody to come along and he fuck up and drop the ball.
Drop the ball how?
I'm afraid because guess what? I got 6 people depending on me.
Drop the ball how?
Any kind of way. Any kind of way. I just know that my way is working. So for us to be submissive to you.
Any kind of way is really vague.
But what I'm now, hold on, Jim.
That's vague.
That is, and that feels like all over the place. Because ultimately, you saying if a man coming like you doing. We using Jimbo, grandma as an example. 6 kids, she doing her thing, and the man comes along, right? All of a sudden, you not doing your thing no more. You rely completely on him to take care of everything, and then he dropped the ball and leave, or like that's what I'm trying to understand. What drop the ball mean? Because again, here's my thing: it doesn't matter who walks into my life, right? My ambition, my grind, my hustle don't stop. That person don't change nothing. If anything, they should be an asset to help me build it faster, stronger, more profitable. Or else, why are you here? To me, it sounds like, again, you didn't give yourself enough time to get to know this person, because there's no way a motherfucker is that this nigga must be Cyrano de Bergerac in real life.
But these are ways, but you're not getting it. You're not getting it.
You get so comfortable. Well, you get so comfortable that if he fuck up in any way or drop the ball in any way, your whole lifestyle fucked up. It's no way.
No, that's not what it means. That's not what it means.
No,
okay.
That's not even what she said.
It could be anything.
All right, look, hold on. Okay.
But that's not what she said. If I'm holding the fort down, right, as a single woman, and I get into a relationship with a guy who claims he's going to make life easier for me, whether it's, all right, let's fast forward, we 2-3 years in, whatever, and I'm the predominant cooker, and now he steps up and he's cooking, so that's one less thing I have to do. Or whatever I was doing as a single woman, he's doing, taking the trash, doing the dishes, whatever the role reverse is. And then somewhere along that line, while he has stepped in and the roles have changed, not that I'm not still on my grind, because I still have to make sure that these mouths I have get fed, but then he gets comfortable and he starts to drop the ball. And now the dinners are slowing down. The taking out the trash is slowing down. The cleaning the house, picking the kids up from daycare or whatever. All of that stuff begins to slow down. He drops the ball.
You gotta, all right.
So now I gotta pick the ball back up.
Cap. It's cap.
Oh, that's the
I'm
truth.
just providing an example. I don't know if that's an example that you're talking about.
To that point, it should never ever be an issue.
I agree. It should never get to that point. But the truth of the matter is, there's a lot of relationships where people get comfortable and they forget how to date that person. Even with married folks, they forget to date the person and they begin to drop the ball. It happens. Why
she
we
originally
like
said, hold on, listen, she originally said about
Jim, please,
hold on, bro.
Please, Jim, please, go ahead. Please. Just 1 second. Just 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I'm so fucking blindsided and flabbergasted that you say somebody dropped the ball consistently enough. They got content enough to drop the ball enough that shit changed your lifestyle. Okay. So
but she didn't say that. That's not what she said.
Okay,
she didn't say her lifestyle.
Let's use your example. He slowed down on taking the trash out. Right? At what point did the conversation happen about, yo, you need to be on time with that motherfucking trash, nigga? The dinner slowed down. At what point is the conversation had like, yo, you used to cook 5 times a week. Now you down to 3. What's up with that? These things you talking about are very simple conversations that should not change a motherfucking lifestyle and should not be considered dropping the ball.
Okay, let's talk about paying the bill. This man move in, he paid the mortgage, and then that slowly stops, or he missed a payment here and there, or he only give a half. You can use whatever examples you want, but it happens. Or you forget to date that person. You stop having date nights. The intimacy is not there. People drop the ball all the time in relationships.
Yeah, now listen. Now you said about being submissive.
You should be able to speak on it. Communication absolutely should be had.
Can I go? Because I want. Now originally you had said about y'all submitting and all that, and you know
that's what I'm talking about. You want me to submit to you? You want me to do it your way, and you fuck around and drop the ball?
Man, my advice is
hold on. Shit happens in the field, but now dig this. Submission is what we want, and you know we want it. But I got to come in, win, lose, or draw, spending money. You understand me? I got to look, I got to pay, I got to carry it a certain way, all these things. How am I supposed to know if you worth spending any money on from the first time? Because if I don't spend no money, we'll never find out about no submission. Submission? You ain't even about to pay for dinner.
But we fast forward, Jimbo.
Wait. We can't fast now. We will not.
You ain't gonna drop the ball right in the beginning, are you?
No, but it's what the fuck? How I know you ain't gonna drop the ball? I done spun all this goddamn money, and now you gave this nigga some pussy.
On both ends.
Yeah, but I'm saying
on both ends.
Right, but I'm saying, what I gotta take this non-refundable, not a guarantee to get a return on your investment. I gotta make the investment regardless to even get the process started. But I can't get no submission at least on date 2. Like, goddamn bitch, like, because I started on date 1. Because I started on date 1 paying. Date 1, I paid. I paid on date 1. Everything. Wined and dined. You got the surf and turf. You got your lobster. You got your filet mignon. You got everything.
I don't even eat lobster.
Whatever. Whatever was expensive.
For a woman to submit to you.
As soon as I say lay down and die, do it. What do you mean? I'm hunting. You ever see a lion say, "Oh, you could die 6 weeks from now. I'm gonna eat you 6 weeks from now"? They kill that motherfucker right then and there. What are you talking about?
What?
Listen. One thing for sure, 2 things for certain. When it's really magic, I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know how it is for everybody else, but when it's magic, when you about to have a good fish, she's on my dick. She gonna do whatever the fuck I tell her. She already submitted. I ain't even fuck her yet. Once I start fucking on it, it's over.
Thank you.
Real rat. If we really want to be real about it, that's where the submission come in. That's it. Now, listen, hold on. That's where the submission supposed to come in right there. It's really magic. Now, once things are growing, he got time to fuck up and drop the ball.
Not the tomahawk. Yeah, that's
because he dropped the magic. The magic disappeared.
Get that steak, baby.
That's him dropping the ball, I guess. You know what I'm saying? That's him dropping the ball. But if we, you know what I'm saying? But the magic don't always hit. Some girls don't even know how to spark the magic. They want the man to come with all the magic. Everybody's magic goddamn Johnson. Oh, bitch, where's your abracadabra? What are you talking about? You know what I mean? Real rap, bro. I'm keeping it live.
Where's your abracadabra? That is wild. That is wild as shit. So I'm sorry. Like I definitely want to hear from DeAndra. I'm trying to understand.
What I'm saying is, a woman that has all that responsibility is less likely that she's going to have somebody come in and she's just going to submit to them and risk anything that she has going on. No one says she's going to stop working. No, it's even with peace. Having you here, you could be here for 2 years. You know how long it's going to take me mentally to get out of that?
I need
and
that
I got
woman.
6 kids to take care of.
I need that woman to stay single though.
Oh no, listen, I'm gonna keep it real. My grandma, I don't know what when my grandpa died, she just never dated again.
She need to just pay the 40.
She never dated, never remarried. She comes from that area. But me, I will hold you. If I'm stepping in the role of taking care of your 6 kids, I'm stepping. I'm not just coming in here. I'm stepping.
And I don't care if she has 1.
Look, yeah, but listen. We talking about 6. 1 to 6, it don't matter. Once I start paying for shit like tuition, fuck rent and electric. That's something we all use. We all need that. But I got an education. Now I'm paying for tuition for your kids. When I tell them shut the fuck up and sit down, they better. What do you mean? I have assumed the role of dad because I care beyond. This is a different type of caring. To pay for somebody's education, you love them. So what do you mean? You, the kids, got to submit? I tell the kids to shut the fuck up and sit down. Well, bitch, you can't? Oh, no, this is wrong. This is incorrect. We gonna have a problem. I don't want to go in the house. I don't want to go in the house now because you don't know how.
I'm not going. I'm not going.
Right? These your 6. Listen, I love you to death. But these your 6 kids, they don't listen. You don't listen. And I'm stepping. I'm paying for everything.
But I think we always think financial, and it's not always financial. Shannon made a great point where he said about like when he deals with the world outside and then he comes in, that person is supposed to be his solitude, his refuge. Like, I need to be able for you to be my peace of mind. As a therapist, I need somebody that I could come home to and be like,
but see that, listen, now look, I gotta if I'm providing for her 6 kids,
that too, though.
If I'm providing for her 6 kids, she gonna have to really understand I ain't got that much time. You know what the fuck is up.
But it's not always financial. A woman wants to be financially secure, but for me to submit, it has, like I said that at the beginning, it has to be financial, emotional, spiritual, psychological. Like that will make you submit when you're.
You ever watch Game of Thrones? You ever watch Game of Thrones and shit like that? Where the king and his army go off to fight a foreign nation. The king is gone 6 to 9 months, maybe 6 years. You hear me? The king been gone for 6 years, conquering shit.
Absolutely, and that's the next things that I want to touch on.
When I come back, you better fall in line. What do you mean?
Now, see,
she said it's hard to be feminine.
No, it ain't.
It is.
Women, when you're having to provide for your family, you now are interpreted as masculine. It's hard to submit when you've been playing both roles.
And
that's another thing that men come at women with, specifically black women.
If I'm demonstrating
that black women aren't feminine.
I'm not talking about I've already demonstrated.
Don't give us a lot of men don't give you the chance.
Hold up, I'm demonstrating. I'm not talking about we discussed me doing it. We discussed me doing it, and now I'm demonstrating. I'm doing that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Should have got my shot.
Like I'm demonstrating. I am literally doing this shit. So now,
have we not all fucked up before, OG?
Once I start actively doing this shit and demonstrating, and you still not submitting, now this is a deeper issue. You showing me that you don't trust me. You know what I'm saying? Now you showing me you don't trust me. It's a trust issue. Now I could try to work through that, you know what I'm saying, and realize it's a you thing, or I could have the natural reaction of a person who really don't understand that, yo, you want some bullshit. Fuck you mean you don't trust me?
It's so
I ain't
crazy,
have to
though.
do this shit.
You know it's so crazy though. You get older and then you want to settle down, right? Mm-hmm. But when you was younger, you was playing games, right? Mm-hmm. Messing women up, right? playing with their emotions. They're carrying this baggage around. You were that same man, those bad men. You were the wrong man to choose. You guys have been. I'm not saying that you guys specifically, but most men have been that before.
No, hey, listen, no. I'm gonna keep it all the way 1,000 out. I was that bad man that you shouldn't shoot.
So then you get with a woman because she done been with a man like you, and she needs you to be a little more patient.
Yeah. And
because she dealt with a man that was like you.
I'm not paying for your bad decisions. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Here's what you have to understand is, yes, I was the guy who was the bad decision at one point in my life, right? But whether you only had mom or you only had dad, mom or dad would have wanted you out there fucking sucking and doing whatever you was doing at the time at that age. So had you listened, you wouldn't be in the situation that you in.
I mean, half our parents
be stuck with the bad, having to be stuck with the bad decision for the rest of your life with the baby daddy. See, you keep making excuses. Women keep making excuses.
I'm not making excuses, but I have a lot of grace for women
in their life, and they get
I've been there before,
and they don't want to be held accountable. You keep making excuses. I was young.
What about this though?
Do that man ever take accountability for his behavior?
Listen.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. Because
I started this conversation by saying both men and women need to take accountability.
Hold up, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. To me, being that guy you shouldn't have been fucking with.
But that whoa, wait a minute. But listen, if
none of them women ever got this version of me.
That's horrible.
Listen, if I tell you I'm on when I'm on, you feel what I'm saying? If I tell you I'm on when I'm on, and then here you come like, all right, yeah, that's cool. And in the midst of that, you start trying to change me, and it ain't working, but you stay around anyway, and I ain't changed the lick, and I don't even give no resemblance to changing, and I don't even be telling you I'm changing. You hear me? And you stay around. Am I the toxic one? You having all this craziness for the next man when you was the one tripping in the last relationship. It wasn't
Jimbo,
me.
The only thing I'm trying to change on you is your color. But go ahead.
Ooh, shit.
Be a little darker, baby. Be a little darker. You might have to change.
Oh man, well, that's what Miami Beach is for.
Well, go ahead and get you a tan, baby. All right.
I just feel like Kevin Samuels came out. Then it gave y'all a ego boost.
No.
And then y'all acting like y'all don't know where y'all came from.
Kevin was just saying what we couldn't.
No.
He was articulating.
No.
Hold up, bro. Let me get this.
Hold on.
Let me get this.
He came from me. What does that mean?
They're like, I'm not taking this shit no more. I don't have to take this shit no more.
I don't.
And that's all that shit you didn't put a woman through.
Hold on, listen. But listen,
I'm not taking that. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that because Kevin Samuels told y'all that you don't have to take it.
You don't gotta take that. Huh. I don't understand
that.
Women do the crazy shit.
Most black women
women do crazy shit like this.
I feel like black women stand and they choose black men no matter what. They sit there and they get this baggage because they love these black men. They care for them. And I feel like black men do not love black women the same way.
Listen, from the rip, a black woman, a black woman is love from the beginning. From the very beginning, a black woman is love.
Absolutely.
A woman, period, is love. A man gotta come in and demonstrate all these fucking things and jump through all these hoops.
Most men have not demonstrated shit. That's why we have so many so-called masculine women. Because they have been having to do it by themselves.
Oh, shit.
But you know what a lot of these young boys' problems is? You know what their problem is? They focus on the wrong shit. They focus on y'all. They feel like they need to dress up basically in clown costumes and spend expensive amounts of money on it just to get your attention. Peacocking. Number one thing is, I would like a beautiful woman. But in order to attract a beautiful woman, I have to show them that I have a surplus of cash laying around from the rip. Y'all could go out with a Joyce Leslie $7 dress and no one to give a fuck.
Facts.
Joyce Leslie's still open?
Yeah, I think something like, you know what I'm saying? But however, you can.
Dave, we do have media,
listen,
we have music, we have a lot of things that are influencing our community.
Are you gonna give a nigga with a polo? Hold on. Is you gonna give a nigga wearing a pair of Wallabies, some Paco jeans, and a Perriella's button up? Is you gonna give him some play? He dressed like 1990, and this is what he can afford. It's clean.
It depends on how he's approached me.
He approached you with that
outfit got 1990 money. Too.
It depends on by a lot of different things. Back in the day, no. But
this
right now,
this is cat.
Looks don't
this
matter.
Is big cat. This is cat. This is cat.
What's wrong with both shoes?
What I need to understand, two things. OG backstage, I'm about to bring him up. But
hey, OG.
DeAndra, I need you to have the floor. And you said something, and I'm triggered. You said Kevin Samuels came out, and now we think we don't have to what?
I'm not talking about all men, but a lot of
everybody knows
it was an ego boost. It was an ego boost. It's like, you know what? Yeah, I don't take this shit anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like you guys do not take the time out.
I need to hear this, bro. I need to hear this. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You guys don't take the time out, have grace for us like we do for you guys.
Who invented the 60-day rule?
I'm calling Cat.
Cat.
I'm calling Cat. I'm calling Cat. You invoke. Hold up, Jimbo. You had all night. Give me 2 seconds.
Drop it.
I just got one thing to say. You invoke Kevin Samuels' name, which is the Godfather, in this conversation. The thing is, all our lives we have been taught to not speak bad about women. We've been programmed to simp for y'all. So now when somebody come along to just point out your shortcomings, you don't like it. He just tells you to look in the mirror.
Don't get me wrong.
Take a look in the mirror and take accountability, but you don't want to do it because you don't want to hear about yourself. A man cannot tell a woman about herself. He can't. And y'all don't accept that.
And the thing about it is, with Kevin Samuels, a lot of the things that he says is true. His delivery is not the best, okay?
Talk to delivery. He's a man. He's not supposed to deliver it all like a woman. He's a man. He talks like a man.
The thing about it is, y'all ain't catch on until he came.
You don't know what nobody caught on to before he came because men have never had a platform to speak about women until he came along. Name the platform that was around.
But a lot of men.
Hey, ho. Name the fucking platform that was around before he came that men were allowed to sit around and speak about women. Name it. I'll wait. Name it.
I don't listen
to have to name the platform. I could talk about music. Calling us bitches
music.
And
don't talk about music because I don't want no scrubs. I don't want no scrubs. You got to have a J.O.B.
You never really
that's a bad reference.
Women.
That's a bad one, DeAndra. Don't do that.
Men like that. We don't.
Where all the anthems come from? Where do all the anthems come from when it comes to the sexes? The anthems come from women speaking bad about men. So don't talk about music. You was talking about a platform where men are allowed to speak out about women. Where is the platform before his at, DeAndra? Where?
We had music. I'm pretty sure
you moving the fucking goalposts. I asked you a platform. You talked about Kevin Samuels. He's not a singer. He's not a singer.
No, he's not.
All right, then. So we talking about a platform where you talk about a platform. Don't move the goalposts.
I'm so triggered and coming on this show so angry. Like, I receive everything you're saying, OG, but your delivery right now, like, I'm trying to listen.
But guess what? I'm passionate. Listen, when I speak about shit I'm passionate about, this is how I deliver it. If you want me to talk softer,
everything that you're saying.
So I'm going to deliver it the way I deliver it. I'm going to deliver it the way I deliver it. Did you receive the message?
But sometimes
did I disrespect anybody? Did I disrespect anybody?
It may come off angry to everybody else. So
it could come off with what? Did you receive my message though?
I'm used
to OG. Understand what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying, OG. Somebody literally just said it in the comments. So what I'm saying is, I understand your passion, but if you're saying what you're saying to somebody else and it comes off as anger, they're going to shut down.
Well, let me shut down. I'm not angry at all.
I understood everything.
You know I'm not angry.
I 100% agree with you, but your passion can be aggression to somebody else.
So let me.
So then we lose the communication. I agree 100% of what you're saying, OG. It's passion to me. To somebody else, it may come off as anger, and
they'll learn. They'll learn if they keep watching. They'll learn.
I mean,
let me interject for 1 second, because this comment is a running theme. Kevin's approach is very aggressive and deeply rooted in his opinion that was shaped by his experiences. That doesn't make it truth. It makes it relatable. Respectfully, Tamara, I disagree. There's a lot of stuff that he was saying was backed by facts and data. It wasn't just opinion. Now, what you might want to do, Tom, don't do that. Don't do that, Tom. Don't do that. I'm trying to finish your point. So at the end of the day, his delivery, what you guys see are viral clips that may be 2 to 5 minutes of this man 3-hour show he did every time. You guys
watch his show.
Go back and watch the content. You cannot say that man was angry. And if you
I
refuse
watched
to
his
watch
shows.
it, you don't have the right to have an opinion.
And had I had not OG, but had I had Kevin Samuels around when I was younger, I think he would help me make some better choices. So don't get me wrong. I just said his delivery was very aggressive.
So when Kevin Samuels was rating women and saying how attractive they were, was those facts?
Not that part. Not that part.
They was his opinions. Like everybody don't go along with that though. Dom. I didn't agree with that.
I never watched his show. That's why
I didn't agree with that. But all the stuff that he spoke about. So I agree with a lot of the stuff that he spoke about.
I feel like the problem is
we talk about picking better men. I definitely agree with that.
I feel like the connection that men made with Kevin Samuels is that because we've all come across a woman who's well off, who has turned her nose up at us when really you ain't even like that. We've all men have experienced it.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Kev came around and had 2 years, bro. 2 years.
And I think he
was getting cheated on. Women was getting disrespected. Black men was getting cheated on. Black men was getting disrespected. Kev didn't do nothing but tell dudes like, listen, at the end of the day, we the prize just as much as they the fucking prize. It was as simple as that. Kev's whole mission, and if you understood the man background, he was a consultant to the 1%. Just like any other businessman, you get some shit to catch fire, you capitalize on it, you're going to continue to do it. You're going to turn it into income. Now, as far as his opinions when it goes to rating women, he couldn't give them if the women wasn't calling in faithfully, religiously, consistently. A lot of what Kev said on those shows that he was playing, I personally don't agree with a lot of what Kev says. I agree with a lot of it. But at the end of the day, I looked at his entertainment. I'm not the 1% he was talking about and he was consulting for. So those messages I didn't take to heart. I'm a man, a grown-ass man. I know what I want in a woman, and hopefully I choose the right woman, and we have an understanding and a way to support each other where we have a faithful, happy, and healthy relationship. The men who took that shit to heart is the men who couldn't get the women that they wanted. The women who took that shit to heart was the women he was telling the truth about. Accept it, move on, do something about it. But don't try to demonize this man for actually coming on and giving facts and statistics backed by data and calling it his opinion. Now, Dom, you're right about the rate. He asked the women, first of all, rate yourself 1 to 10, and you can't use 7. They did it faithfully. Kev ain't put nobody in. His scale, though. When Kev got aggressive, it's because women wasn't receiving the message he was trying to give them. Kev was always pushed to a breaking point before he got aggressive and his delivery changed. So if you haven't watched the content, don't just go off the viral clips you see, because if you go off some clips you see of me, you might think I'm an asshole.
You definitely an asshole.
I agree with a lot of things that he said, and I disagree with a lot of things that he said. Okay. But at the same time, you're talking to a group of hurt people, and some people can see that as being hurtful. It can
hurt.
Some of these women needed that. Some of them needed that.
So let me ask you.
I really think that he was really trying to redirect women. I think that he really was trying to help women, the ones that he felt could be saved, the ones that didn't fuck up.
He was trying to help black people, period.
He thought, but
what about this? If a man a nigga say he getting money. He keep boasting about his money, and you like, all right, well, what say you get money? How much money you got? And he's like, well, I got the new Jordans. I just got an iPhone. I'm leasing to this and all that. You know what I'm saying? And then you start breaking him down. Like, first of all, that ain't that. Once you pay for this, you only got this left. Like, sit the fuck down. Calm down. It would be easy to women. If a woman was reading a nigga like that, like doing what Kevin Samuels is, what y'all do. I don't even think y'all would have ever had nothing like a female version of Kevin Samuels, because downplaying us and telling us we ain't like that has been your norm all over. That's what y'all do. Y'all get off on telling us we not like that.
But that's after y'all done
hold on,
did some crazy stuff.
You ain't really like that. You ain't all that. This is where all this shit comes from, because he got a couple women interested in him, and now you shooting down his self-esteem, trying to rip him apart and tell him he not like that because these other women like him and you jealous. That's manipulative and toxic as fuck. Kevin Samuels was here to say, listen, hold up, player, don't listen to that shit, because it's more of them than it is us, which real rap, breaking it down by fact. This is the real shit here. Nobody wants to hear that. And a lot of, like, I've seen it. So a lot of us have been a victim of it. A woman telling us we ain't shit. Just like, I really think it's fucked up for a man to tell a woman she ain't shit, ain't gonna never be shit, don't nobody want you but me, and that. Like, that's real destructive.
Stuff like that all the time.
But however, but a woman. But listen, hold up. I think it's bad because those are a woman's tactic to get here, rent-free space. You know what I'm saying? And to continuously break a motherfucker down while you ain't even around. He playing the same game you playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a woman's punch in the face. If a man shouldn't punch a woman in the face, then a woman shouldn't be trying to break this motherfucking man down. Especially if you claimed you loved him and all this other shit and how much potential he got and all that. You know what I'm saying? Listen to the music. Like, the music, like that one year, Mary J. Blige was getting niggas kicked the fuck out. Call on Tyrone. All these songs and play out that these niggas ain't got nowhere they own to stay. You feel what I'm saying? When a lot of these bitches still live at home with their mom and their mom raising their kids, but when we start bringing this shit up, we hate women, we ain't shit. No, we just reminding you that you have daily struggles too that you can't surpass while you still want to be somebody. So don't knock me.
You gotta think about the man, because where's the man of those children? Where's the children? Where's the children's father?
That, well,
you can't
listen,
put it all on
if I'm
women.
if I'm a step pop candidate, I don't know that nigga.
But in every case,
I'm not talking about
it's
you
not
guys.
Always the man abandoned the kids in every case.
I'm talking about the man. Where is he?
So in some cases, the women don't even want him around. It's different. All different cases. It's all different reasons why that man is not around.
No, it is true.
Sometimes it is. There are times when it's like that, but most of the time, we want the fathers around.
But no.
So why do y'all do stuff to keep them from being around then?
Yeah, because there
are multiple TikTok videos where it shows that the women don't allow the men to see their kids.
You know how many niggas got paid?
Don't act like you don't see it.
And can't say they piece of.
And there are also bum ass dudes that don't want to deal with their kids.
If you want to see your kids, the mom can't stop.
We're not saying that she can't. We're not saying there's no men around. Like
hold on, OG. Oh, you just said a mom can't stop a man from seeing his kid.
Absolutely not.
I just had an ankle monitor.
You can go to court.
I just had an ankle monitor on about this shit. I couldn't see my son for 8 months. If I go anywhere near that bitch house, I'm going to jail. Or a woman.
Explain that to me, DeAndra. He got rights. He got rights.
And I'm a good dad. I love my kids. I always got.
You got people paying child support that can't see their kids.
Yeah, but
you got people that pay child support that can't see their kids.
You can go to court for that.
I did.
You can go to court for that.
I took her to court for
the courts. We all know that the courts are geared toward too. Who are the courts geared to when you go to court?
The courts do not be on the men's side. I'm sorry.
Not no black.
I don't know about up there in Philly.
That's everywhere. That's every. Come on, DeAndra. Like you going back with this feminism and it don't make no sense.
That shit does not benefit black men here. I'll speak for Philly because I've lived a couple places. Men,
DeAndra, I'm about to say I'm not.
I work with the court system down here, and visitation is important.
Let me tell you, up here,
that's court order.
That shit.
That's everywhere. You hear horror stories from all over the United States.
Going against the court order.
It ain't just up here. You hear it from all across the United States.
Story of people
that's because people aren't going to fight for their children.
I know a dad that fought to see his child, and the mom was able to play the system so much that this man ain't see his kid for almost a year.
And he was paying support. She kept
pushing back the court dates. They kept allowing her to. They kept allowing her not to show up in person, letting her do virtual. She had all the balls in her court, and they had a court order where he was supposed to see his daughter every weekend. And every weekend he would go to the police station so they could meet. And every weekend this bitch would not show up because she was scorned, she was bitter, and she was hurt that they were no longer together. And every week he had to file for a police report. He took that shit down to the courts, told them, hey, she not showing up like y'all told her to. You know what the courts did? Gave him another fucking court date and did nothing else.
We don't play that.
I can only speak for here. I don't know how it is down there. But up here, that shit do not benefit.
I would venture to think it's like that all across the country because these laws are antiquated and they slanted in the women's favor all over the place.
Most of the time, though, there are fathers that probably fight for their children, but the majority of the time, they're fathers that are just absent. Okay,
you know what's crazy though? Statistically, black men take care of their kids more than white people.
We're coming to a place where it's more like that, but we had so many absent fathers.
No. We had
she will fathers. Listen, she's gonna die on that feminist hill, Jimbo. Women don't do nothing wrong in her eyes. Women do no wrong.
I never said anything about
women do no. I haven't had a scenario come up yet where you agreed. You know what? She was wrong.
Yeah, like because listen, let me tell you something.
Not one time. She did
admit that women pick bad men, and that's on us. She said that in the beginning of the show.
She didn't say that.
I know a lot of dudes, man, and the one thing that I could say about the niggas my age and around that age, and even in 10 years, a 10-year range, I see all these niggas with their kids. From my nephew Talise, he always got his son. I always got my son.
I don't fuck with dudes that don't fuck with their kids. But you don't fuck with your kids, I don't fuck with you.
It should be like that.
But it's so many men who do. Like you would be surprised how many niggas actually do want to be there. But you'd be surprised. I went to child support court out here and in Philly. No, I went to custody court out here, child support court in Philly for a girl that I take care of. I take care of my baby. Hear me? I love my daughter. That is my dude. You hear me? But you know what everybody in that building had in common? In all walks of life, all ethnicities, nobody had a smile on. Nobody in either building. The shit is based off of 60% of my income. The judge, some guy who don't know me, or some lady who don't know me, mind you, the judge in my case, her name is Tina Gartley. This the same bitch
they don't take the women's income into account at all.
This the same bitch sent me upstate for my drug cases. And now I'm here fighting for custody of my baby. Whoo, she wore my ass up. My baby mom ain't had to do nothing. Because this woman, it is a well-known fact. It is a well-known fact that Tina Gartley don't like women beaters and she don't like drug dealers. You hear me?
And tell them how they talk to you down there in that building.
Whew, like I didn't have an 8th grade diploma. Fuck a 12th grade diploma. You hear me? Real rat. And it was bad. It was bad because at the time she said I put my hands on her. That ain't even my jacket. I'm not even going to snap my jacket. But that's what they went with. That's what they went with. She violated.
That's how it is down there.
Let me violate the court order. My black ass is probably going to jail.
Ain't no problem. You will go to jail.
Yeah, she violated it, and I took her to court for the contempt of court hearing. Somehow that led to me giving samples of my hair to be tested for marijuana. How the fuck? But now this ain't an isolated incident. I know a bunch of niggas with stories like this, man. I'm talking about I can name just as many stories like this as I can homicide stories. It's deep. Oh no,
I pay support for a child that I 100% take care of without the support.
For every nigga,
I pay child support for a kid that I 100% take care of, and you can ask Shannon. How do I treat my children?
As well. I know somebody like that as well.
Listen,
but they owe back pay.
You know why you owe back pay? Because they base it on whenever she went and filed for support that day, the clock starts that day, not when you get in court.
don't have to notify you.
Like if she filed for support on July the 1st and you don't have a court date until December, the clock started in July. So once you go to court in December, you already behind the 8 ball. You already owe money.
And listen, the great part about it is whole time
you owe money already.
You could be taking care of your kids.
You still got to pay all that money.
And don't even have to be notified. She could put down your address as an address that's not yours.
That's what happened to me.
Now the mail not even going to your house.
Yo, listen, I didn't even know that I was taken to child support until they froze my bank account.
Yeah, that's how
they froze my bank account.
Now these are the things niggas don't want in a woman: the vindictive, bitterness, lingering, holding on and shit. We don't want that. No nigga.
They froze my bank account. And said I owed $4,000. It was almost $4,000. So what I had to surrender the $4,000 to get my account unlocked.
That's crazy. Stop you from working. Stop you from and this niggas ain't down there doing this to women.
Unfortunately, the fathers that do take care of their kids, it affects them the most. The system.
Yeah, and if you buy them stuff, listen, if you buy them, this is the thing that women don't think about. Like, I can guarantee you that if you show this behavior in the first fight, there will not be a next. See, the fights escalate. They start a certain way, then they get bigger. People get comfortable with yelling and putting hands on and all that shit. But if you show this vindictive, bitter shit, you hear me? Like, we had an argument, didn't agree on something. And then you start showing the vindictive, bitter shit. Before we could make up, or you know what I'm saying, you do some vindictive shit because me and you had an argument, we'll never fuck with each other again. I guarantee you, not just me, anybody with dick and balls. You show me that you vindictive in the early stages of the fighting, we done. This is a simple, easy fix. I guarantee.
And to this day, I still do stuff for my child outside of the support. She called me all the time and asked for shit. She called me. I go get her on a Saturday, one day after they took the money out my check for child support, which is every 2 Fridays, and I take her to the store and get her a $150 pair of Jordans the day after they took the money out my fucking account for child support. And I do stuff outside of the support for my child. My child called me and asked me for shit all the time.
How many
outside of the support?
Outside
did Shannon have a booty call visitor sign? Why he just hopped
He
out?
probably did,
He probably did. You see how he just dipped out?
You trying to be a booty call?
Oh, what?
Trying to be a booty call?
You said catch up like the Atlanta, what?
Yes. Catch up like the Atlanta. I'll send the check.
Ooh.
But I want to get back to the topic.
Out for the
so this is the thing. I feel like black men judge black women in the worst way.
So can I ask you a question though, DeAndra? How do y'all judge us? Y'all don't even have respect for black men. Y'all don't even have a baseline of respect for black men.
Don't say that. I love my black men. All of
Come
y'all,
on, man.
I love my black men.
Who get dragged? Black men or black women? Who get dragged by who?
Let me ask you a question, Dominique.
Both.
Do you feel protected by black men?
I do.
You feel protected by black men?
I'll say I feel protected by all the black men that I've encountered. I can't speak
but
for
if
the
you
masses.
were walking down the street, just say a white supremacist came, he started cussing your ass out, or
he getting fucked
coming
up
for you. Do you feel like a black man is going to come for your rescue?
I do if I don't pull out my strap and start busting back first. But yeah, I feel that a black man would protect me. At least I feel that, but I would hope so.
You got to change the black man you around, DeAndra.
DeAndra,
I know for sure.
So
all
wait a
these
minute,
right
DeAndra.
here gonna
No.
do
This is the thing. Could
you ask yourself
a lot
the same
of
question?
different.
Could you? Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Could you ask yourself the same question in the same scenario? Do you believe that you were safe with black men if a white supremacist was antagonizing you?
I got somebody that's coming. I got people that's gonna come busting. So I ain't.
So why you say you don't feel protected then?
But I'm talking about people walking down the street. I watched this video and I should have actually had it, but they were asking black women, do they feel protected by black men? And a lot of these black women said no.
Are these the black women that you can't ask to smile when you encounter them on the street? Are these those same black women that as a black man, if you ask them to smile, they look at you like you crazy and all you did was ask them to smile? You can't tell me what to do. Who the fuck you think you talking to or whatever. But this same black man is supposed to whoop somebody's ass a block away that's fucking with you though. He's supposed to protect you, but you can't smile for him.
So.
Are these those
I
same
would hope
women?
so. I would hope that we putting our differences aside and we're gonna stand for.
So let me ask you this question:
because
so if I ask you to smile
with you,
and you
I'm
just
coming.
diss the shit out of me, and then somebody come up and knock you upside your head, I'm supposed to help you?
I would hope so. If
Why would I help you if you just diss the shit out of me and I just spoke to you?
Yes, you are supposed
I'm coming to help you.
If I just spoke to you and you turned your nose up and just dissed the shit out of me, like I was gum on the bottom of your shoes, and somebody clonked you.
Cuss her ass out later.
Yeah.
Listen, okay. I could just cuss you out. We could just fight.
I had to learn the hard way. You can't do this to women.
Somebody fucking with you. That's cold. I'm coming.
If I'm in a gas station and a white woman call one of y'all niggas, I'm punching that bitch in her face.
Okay.
I don't even gotta know you. I'm coming like that. That's just me.
But why would you protect somebody that you don't feel protected by, DeAndra?
You can't say this to women no more. Just be walking down the street,
women are.
or a woman walking by. You can't say stuff like, "How you doing, beautiful?"
Oh, she gonna curse you the fuck out.
I'm to speak to some of y'all niggas because y'all be crazy and y'all don't like.
No, but how you doing, beautiful?
I speak. I respond.
Okay, that's all we wanted. I didn't want your number. Just wanted.
But see, a lot of them be so full of themselves. They be thinking that you want them, and it's just you being nice.
Yeah. How you doing, beautiful? I'm in a good mood, and it's radiating off of me.
While y'all putting us up here, let's get back to the cop with Kevin Samuels and with the 1%ers. Okay,
that's who he was originally for. The 1% people.
You got to remember certain things. Okay, you got black men putting us against other women and other races, talking us down, saying all types of stuff. You know, I feel like you guys don't stand up for us like we.
So what was these same people when Serena married that white dude, and they had the same, you know, the same. What was they at then? They was all fine for her finding her, you know. She found her one, he her princess, whatever. And the energy changed when there's somebody else, when there's a black dude marrying a white woman. It's the same.
What was y'all saying when Meghan Markle just married Prince? What was his name? Whatever the one of the
boys. Keep it pushing.
She's black. She's
It's
black.
the one drop rule. You right.
My video?
No, don't do that because I'm light skinned. She's black. She's African American. Don't do that, chocolate dropper.
That's what y'all got.
Bitter Men Podcast got you brothers out here really tripping, man. Y'all want to keep comparing black women to women of other races as it pertains to their femininity, but you don't want to compare yourself to their men as it pertains to your masculinity. Those women's men have governments. They have militaries. They have economies where they provide for their people, in particular their women. You want black women to be so soft for you, but they on the same plantation with you and you ain't provide them with no freedom. All you want to do is vote for a white man to change your life. You want to go get a white man to give you a job. If the white man is providing everything for you, how a woman supposed to have respect for you and your masculinity? You ain't fighting for black folks' autonomy. You ain't fighting to create your own stuff for black people, for our women to be comfortable with us. If you are not a part of the liberation struggle, you deserve a hard woman because you a bitch.
He peacocking.
That's facts.
He peacocking and he got a box haircut. So why would we listen to him?
What's peacocking?
He got a box haircut and he peacocking.
He's showing off. He's showing. I ain't gonna hold you.
Some of
the best lies. Okay. The best lies are ones based off of truth. He just condemned black men for not having our own government and our own military.
He's condemning black women for condemning black men for condemning black women, for putting their own women down, for putting.
You see how DeAndra energy changed though?
Women,
when
white men they have their own government, their own armies, their own every fucking thing, okay? And you're putting
He's basically saying it's not cool for a black man to say.
Now find a video with a woman that was speaking in opposition to women, because they all over the internet with men doing that, women doing that. Like
this,
you know what I noticed?
We can go back and forth. We can go back and forth, but I just feel like at the end of the day, Like
That's
we
where it's
gotta
at. You
come to a
feel like
common ground.
you feel
We gotta
that's
come to a
emotion.
common ground. We can't
Black
always be
women don't
disagreeing.
like to hear that any black man decided to mess with a white woman.
I really don't care.
Hold on, no,
But
listen, hold on.
But
For the
you have
simple
black
reason
men that say they
that
only
she's
date.
not
They
giving.
don't date black women. They only
They
date
not
white
black
women.
men. They not
And
black
they
men.
black.
Like they not black men.
Hold on, they are black men. That is their
No,
choice.
they not black men. They coconuts.
Not all black men,
Listen,
but there are some of them.
Listen,
They
that
coconuts.
is their choice, though.
Brown on the outside, white on the inside. They not black. They coconuts.
Listen, I recently had a woman
black
say
man
to
can love a
me
white woman
in the comments on a post
and
on
not
Instagram
put down a black woman.
that's why she only date Caucasians. So it's not just only black men making this statement. There are black women who don't date black men because they believe all black men are dogs. And there are black men who don't date black women because they believe all black women are too mouthy and they do too much. This is just what they on. This is what them people on. But no, what you mean?
I don't think
you don't believe nothing in opposition of a woman. You believe none of that.
You don't believe that there are black women who don't date black men.
I mean, there probably are, but I'm telling you what I don't
too
believe.
Much, and they will not. Listen,
I'm telling you,
never date. I know.
Have I had some bad experiences? Absolutely. But do I think that all bad men are black? All black men are bad? I do not think that.
Yeah, but I
Just
know
most of them.
who do. I personally know these bitches. Real rap. I know them. I personally know these bitches, and they done with us. Yeah, that's their business.
I
you
ain't
feel what
never
I'm saying?
I listen. I love me a black man.
Listen, I don't care if you're black, white, or candy stripe. If you're for me, you're for me. I will not be limited in the range of my pimping because of anybody said so. I don't give a fuck what she like.
You better date that white woman, Jimbo.
I can't date the colonizer, Jim.
My baby mama not hate the bitch.
I can't date the colonizer, Jimbo.
You talk that shit. You talk that shit until a super bad white bitch walks in the motherfucking room and the bitch got a little vibe. See, I'm trying to be on the
and
team.
I've been on this earth for close to 55 years, and that white bitch ain't walked in the room yet.
Man, listen, you ain't got to
black
look
man can love a white woman, like really love her.
OG, like Justin's sister.
And not put down black women in the
Hold on, Justin's sister, Katie. You ain't got to tell Katie shit about why black people do what they do. Now go on and tell me you do. I'm talking about
I'm not even going to say what I was going to say because they folks. Hood. So don't do that. That's a bad.
But you know she's from the hood.
Jim. Don't do it.
You know she's
Jimbo,
from the hood.
Please don't make me say it.
Man, I'm just nothing to
Please don't make me say it, Jimbo.
OG saying that never ever at the butt hunt has a bad white bitch walked in. That's what he's saying.
Never.
That's it. That's all.
Listen.
That's what he's saying.
But listen. But
so can I just say something real quick about dating?
Don't get me wrong. I'd rather, but there are, I know relationships where, there's a black man and a white woman, or a white man and they can love each other. They can really love each other.
A white woman. I'm gonna let you
but in the process, do not put your own women down.
You're not gonna bring home no colonizer.
That becomes self-hate.
You're not gonna bring home no colonizer.
No, in neighborhood. No, I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Listen, let me tell you something. From coworker to coworkers, right? Y'all got to stop believing in white people. There's no such thing as white people. You hear me? As your man just clearly said in that video, that these people got their own armies and all that, and this, the boom, boom. Yeah, France and England and all them countries ran by white people got their own.
White women have been believing in black men since day one, so I don't even know what you're talking about. It's very rare that black women date outside of their race.
And it's not.
It happens.
I'm calling bullshit on that. It's not.
I think there are
several instances right now. Like,
why is it rare? There's a whole movie.
That's not rare. Saying, like that's
I don't mean to say
like,
rare, but it's less likely for
it's case
black
law
women
on
to date white men.
It's case law on this shit.
To date white women.
See, she gonna cake. I'm telling you, DeAndra gonna die on the hill, man.
DeAndra, it's a case
on that feminist hill. She gonna die on that motherfucker.
The first case of interracial marriage in Virginia. I forgot their last name, but it was them versus the state of Virginia. It was a black woman and a white man.
I understand that. But most of the time, black women stick with their black men.
Look, she understands it, but most of the time, like, where you get your stats from?
I'm telling you what I see.
Okay.
My son's grandmother is married to a white man.
Most of the time, black women stick with their black men.
I
I'm
can
gonna
dig
stick
it.
beside y'all. I got y'all. I ain't
After going through everything,
so you don't got a problem with him having a Cambodian woman? He say, I only date Cambodian bitches.
I hear black people saying that. You hear black men saying that.
Do you have a problem with that? Do you have a problem with that statement though? Or is it just a black man saying he only date white women?
Do they know that
I mean, if that's what he likes, that's what he likes.
Cambodian women, they know they got melanin.
How does he feel about himself? How does he feel about his mother?
Why got to be him? Why can't be she?
He don't want to
saying
date
that
his
though?
mom. He don't want to date his mom. He feel lovely about it. He loves his mom.
It's some self-hate in there because at the end of the day,
he don't want to date
makes
his
you
mom.
not want to date a black woman?
Because I look at these chinky-eyed, Cambodian.
It's his experiences make him not want to do it.
If I looked at a Cambodian woman and her eyes being chinky and her hair being dark and long, turns me the fuck on because it's
that's his
something I've never
preference.
seen. That's my
That's his preference.
It doesn't mean
have long hair.
Listen,
that's his preference. Why you got long hair though, DeAndra?
Shit, Chris Brown don't like black women.
Well,
he makes that very clear.
Why? What you mean? He dated Karuchi and Rihanna. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but you see their complexion. He doesn't like women that's my complexion. There's been plenty of stories that when he is,
but that's his preference though.
That's his preference. But I'm just
he's
saying,
allowed to have a preference.
Of like, it was a whole thing where it was like, oh, he don't let women that are a darker complexion in his section. He only wants
just like women. You just said that you wouldn't date Jimbo because he's too light. He light skinned. So your preference is to not date a light skinned dude.
What's the problem with that though? You're just as bad. You goddamn Chris Brown.
What I'm saying is, I'm never dating a white man.
That's your preference. You allowed to have that preference.
Because most black women say that they like dark skinned men. I don't know if it's
exactly.
I don't know if it's because
dark skinned niggas winning right now.
I don't know if it's because that black women have been told if you're dark, you're not beautiful. I don't know what it might be, but I hear black women say that.
It's your preference.
Not necessarily saying that we don't like skinned men, because we do. Yeah. We love black men.
I date a light skinned man before I date a white man. I think that
so I'm just one step above a white man.
Yeah, you got a
little Jimbo. You barely making the cut, man. You on your way out.
That's great. You know what though? Ironically,
we got on here arguing.
Ironically, it's always the chocolate ones that go crazy.
You on your way out the door, Jimbo. You almost on this side.
I know that I might as well be a colonizer.
Ground here. Can we play the last video? No, not the last one, but the one before the last.
There's just as much fear of submitting to someone as being a leader. A part of us being in survival mode is that you can't show weakness. That's every animal. When every animal is in survival mode, you have to hide your weaknesses. It's about getting through the next moment. And what we've been through as black people in this country, we still very much in survival mode. Absolutely. It's harder for you to think long term. So now I got to leave my survival, not my love, not my happiness, not my survival, up to this individual, or I gotta lead another individual. And a lot of us haven't reached a place in our own relationship, like with self, to where we healed enough to realize, like, oh my God, like I'm capable of this. This person does trust me. It's not about survival anymore. We passed that, like we actually building something here. So I think we definitely, as black people specifically, have to give ourselves grace. We have one of the most unhealthy relationships with leadership that you could point at.
And that's facts.
Why your camera sideways, Jimbo? And we can't hear you.
I hear you.
Jimbo should always go out.
It's like the same time every night too.
So you think he used all his daytime minutes?
Still no.
He not gonna get a chance to treat her good because she not gonna date him. So
this is my thing though.
I'm not doing it either.
As black people,
I'm not doing it.
We come from trauma. We born
know
into
since
it.
you don't like dark skin. That's why your husband is Puerto Rican. We know.
Little do we know, we have a lot of things that were passed down, and we still have suffering from slave mentality, and we don't even know it. And we have to come to a common ground. Because it's always a divide. It's always divide. If the black woman and the black man can't come together, how are we supposed to create families, healthy families? These families create communities.
What happened to the family?
We can't begin.
What happened to the families, though?
To fight the white man or anybody else before we get our shit together.
What happened to the families?
We have to come to a common ground. I don't know how we're going to do it.
When you come to common ground, you have to agree. You got to be agreeable, and you have to make sacrifices. And a lot of people don't want to do that.
Right, but we have
to. And then I've never seen a car with 2 steering wheels. Only one person can drive the car.
So
you have a car with 2 steering wheels, Shannon?
This is the thing, though. Black women want to submit to black men.
What happened to equality?
But black men, not all black men.
Just to hell with my question.
But some black men.
Just to hell with my question.
To learn how to lead.
Okay, we need to learn how to lead. Y'all need to learn how to follow. We both need to learn shit. So don't just put it all on us. We both need to learn stuff. Don't keep saying what black men need to do without acknowledging the fact that you need to do things too.
We do need to become
You also need to do things. You don't pull out. I have yet to hear you say anything
that
y'all need to learn how to do.
OG.
What do you need to learn how to do as a woman to make it happen? If you was going to get with a guy and y'all was going to go forward, he know, and you could tell him what he need to learn how to do, right? Can you tell yourself what you need to learn how to do?
We the only species that worries about equality, because when the motherfucking lions and tigers is in the jungle hunting, they don't be the female lion don't sit back and be like, nigga, go get our food. That bitch out there hunting probably better than the man. We the only species that worry about equality.
That's her job in the wild.
She actually does.
We're the only ones that worry about being equal. I think to answer DeAndra's question is communication. I think platforms like this, where it's led by black people, that is how we start. We got to start talking about it. We got to start talking about those uncomfortable topics. We gotta have these healthy debates and these healthy conversations. We don't have to agree with each other. And some people may be more passionate than others. It may come across as anger or arguing, but we need to have these conversations to be able to come to some type of common ground. I may not agree with OG, but DeAndra may agree with OG. I may agree with
DeAndra definitely not going to agree with me.
What I'm saying is, OG.
DeAndra definitely not going to agree with me.
Point. I'm answering her question. I just told you everything you said on here I agree with. What I'm saying is, she said, how do we break the barrier? And I said,
she said we got to come to some common ground.
We got to be able to have these type of conversations. These type of conversations are good for our community, and enough of them are not being had. Whether we agree or disagree when we log off tonight, we need to have more of these conversations, because everybody's giving their perspective. DeAndra can speak from her experience. OG, you speak for your experience. I speak from my experience. Everybody on here is speaking from their experience and their preference. But if we don't have conversations like this, we're never going to come to a common ground. So I think starting here is the best place to start.
So then I would challenge everybody here tonight to give one thing people could walk away with that'll help us with bridging that gap and having a better relationship with each other.
My one thing is safe space. And that might be the therapist and me talking, but I believe in creating a safe space, not just me going to that person, that man, and wanting to feel like I'm safe with him, but I need him to feel safe with me. I need you to feel like you can come home from a long day of work and tell me, hey, what kind of day did you have? Like, you hungry? Look, I made a plate for you. Like, I want to be that safe space for you. So for me, I feel like in our community, we need to learn to create a safe space. A man should not come home and have to fight his woman. Just like a woman should not have to go home and fight her man. It has to work both ways. We have to learn to start creating a safe space. Men have a hard time expressing how they feel because they don't have a safe space to do so. So I think that for me, that's the one thing I want people in the comments to take away, is we have to learn to start creating a safe space for each other. Women, we have to allow these men to be vulnerable to us and not feel like we got to run and go tell our girlfriend, girl, he cried. Let me tell you, no, create a safe space and be genuine about it. If a man feel like he can't talk to you, he going to go somewhere else and do it. And it ain't always about sex. But if he feel like he can go vent somewhere else,
somebody that could listen to him.
So now he at that bar, he at that happy hour, he talking to the chick next to him.
That's willing to listen.
Another, because she's listening to him. We got to be the safe space for these men, especially these
and we don't even want much though. To be honest,
right?
Men don't even want much. We don't want much.
Need to create it. Even if you just telling us how your day was, let me tell you about this nigga Bob or whatever. We need to learn to be that safe space for y'all. And I don't think we get how to do that as women. Again, we are groomed to be wives, but I think on the other side of it, we are not. We don't know how to create a safe space, and maybe because we never had one, but we got to start there.
And I think that's probably what it is. And I don't know. I think that's what it is.
That's my takeaway.
And then you got people that weaponize that shit also, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna leave y'all with this. To all the fellas. Be her friend. Fuck her good. Make her laugh. I'm gonna say it one more time.
Cause what?
Be her friend. And that means the same way you willing to pull your pistol out and throw your fucking life away for your man, rock like that for her on all levels. She gotta feel like that. I'm not saying that it's not a man's job to make a woman feel comfortable, for her to be vulnerable, so she could be vulnerable with me. You know what I'm saying? To feel safe.
That's a better word. You got to make her feel safe.
But be her friend. Let her know, not because I'm fucking you, but because you my fucking dog.
Because I fuck with you.
Because I fuck with you. If anybody get out of pocket with you, you know what the fuck it is. I'm a call away. Then fuck her good. I shouldn't have to explain that. Make her laugh. And when I say make her laugh, that's date night. That's the movies. That's being silly with her TikToks. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to bring a little religion into it. The Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he tells us to, play with your wife.
Can you say that in English?
The messenger of Allah, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said to play with your wife, to be nice to her, to be kind to her, to be gentle to her. You gotta make her laugh. I'm telling you, making her laugh unlocks the boss level to the yams. And I'm leave y'all with that. I'm out of here.
Period, sis. We know you treat your husband like the king he is. Go ahead, sis. Mm-hmm.
You gonna go, OG?
I guess I'm gonna go. I guess my takeaway would be for black men, young and old. Be honest and be deliberate in your intentions. I think that's the safest way. That's the safest way to prevent misunderstandings. Young fellas, I promise you, old heads, middle age, wherever you are, if you just want to fuck that lady, just say that.
Just say it. Because there's some of them out there that's just down for that.
You'd be surprised where they right there with you, like, you know what? It is what it is. It's a hot girl summer. You know what I mean? A cuffing winter. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna bust it open for you, and that's it.
And that's it. And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Women love clarity. They love to know where they stand. Don't mislead them. Be deliberate, be transparent, and be honest. I promise you, save yourself a lot of headache. I'm talking for the long run, because some of these mistakes you could make are a lifetime. Save yourself trouble. Be deliberate. Be honest.
Your mistakes don't get erased.
Nope.
They don't get erased.
That's it.
So whatever consequence come with it, you got to deal with it.
Don't take them away, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a hot married summer on period. Catch me in these streets. Love
Girl,
y'all.
sit your ass down, Darius.
Thank you for having me. I'm about to run these Atlanta streets with my folks. Get some business.
All right.
I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, anybody go get some buns? Have fun.
Great show. Nah.
Thank you. Do you have any?
What you need?
Do you have anything to say, OG?
Yeah, I just got one simple thing to say. Just be clear in your intent. What your intent is for the man or the woman, and it's going to work out. Either she going to be willing or she going to be unwilling. But then if she unwilling, you just get off at the next stop. and it ain't no harm, no foul. So be clear what you intend to do, what you want with this woman, or what you want with this man, and then y'all can work it out after that.
Right.
And that's in the simplest form is it's just that simple.
I would say to young women, take your time.
I need to know.
Get to know people.
Look at this. Look at this.
About to get
Where is all these yams? Y'all think I'm clapping?
Oh my gosh.
Did you want to
He ain't getting no yams. He giving the yams up.
First of all,
Lord have mercy.
Wow.
Putting that out there on air like that, man, it's strangers here. They don't know our relationship. They new to the platform. Don't play like that on her show.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, they'll find out after a while.
I wasn't supposed to out him like that.
But I would say to young women to take your time. Don't be scared to ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
Don't pass by red flags. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them.
Mm-hmm.
And you're single until you're married.
That part. You did amazing tonight. I'm so proud of you. Great debut show. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. Yes. Can we play the last video for OG, please?
Play for OG.
Hey, if you're about to go into a relationship, or you're already in a relationship, there are two things you should know. One, you are no longer single, so please stop moving like you're single. Two, you're still single until you're married. It is what it is.
That one was straight for OG. Bye.
Bye.
Three, two, one.